Hi, my name is Stacey Chanel, and I am here to share with you one of our goals, one of my personal small goals. This week, we are talking about cognitive distortion. And for me, my life coaching business is based on empowerment of women and young girls, as well as holistic healing and wellness. So for me, my goal is to help women with emotional intelligence, help them conquer confidence, and also help them discover their purpose within themselves. So this week we are talking about what us as a life coach need to work on as far as cognitive distortion. So for my cognitive distortion, it would be underneath this continuing or dishonoring the positives. So with that being said, for me, that is something, a mind thing where I'm always thinking that I'm not good enough for something. I'm always thinking that I'm not valued, or what I bring to the table is not worth anything to be heard or valued. And that's something that I had put in my mind, or maybe it's something that was developed during childhood. I'm actually not sure when and where it was developed, but the bottom line is it's here, and I have to work through it and work past it, because I can talk myself out of not being successful just by feeling like what I'm doing is not worthy. Even if what I'm doing has gotten compliments, I've gotten feedback, sometimes when I'm within myself, I don't take into consideration the good things, the positive things. I have a bad habit sometimes of just focusing on the negative and focusing on things that constantly needs to be worked on, instead of giving myself kudos for the things that did work out for me, correct? So some things that I found that work for me would be called me doing a winner's journal. So for a winner's journal is for me to keep up with the good things that I have discovered about myself, about my coaching style, about the knowledge and tools that I bring to different clients, that I may beat myself up about maybe it could have been more, or it could have been better, or I could have said something different. So in my case, my overthinking plays a part in my forward progress, and also my distortion disorder, cognitive disorder of disclaiming the positives is something that I have to constantly work on every day. So as people can see, us as life coaches, we're not perfect. We still have things that we have to work on, but at the same time, we're leading by example, because we're letting you know, hey, this is my problem and I have to figure it out, and every day I'm working on it, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm holding myself accountable, which is what we expect from our customers and clients when they sit down with us and decide to say, hey, this is what we need help with, or this is something that I want you to hold me accountable, and I want you to show me how to hold myself accountable, right? So I plan on working on that. I plan on keeping up with records and journals, and I would have to have my clients write reviews for me later on when I'm finished, just to keep me in the mindset of like, okay, Stacey, you're doing a good job. Okay, Stacey, they're learning. Okay, Stacey, they get it. Okay, Stacey, you're making a difference. Because sometimes when you don't get that feedback, especially for people with my cognitive distortion, it hurts us and it affects us, and it makes us feel as though we're not getting through and we're not making an impact. And that is, I think, will be a hard pill to swallow for me, to put all that energy and effort into something and someone, and then I'm still not seeing progress, or I'm not seeing them learn, or they're not getting anything out of it. At that point, that would be a time where I need to step back, and I would need to, figure out if this is something that we need to move forward on. Because if we can't get to a point where you're progressing, then maybe I'm not the life coach for you, or maybe you're just not ready to make that move. So with that being said, always know and understand that your thoughts are not always facts. So be careful with letting your mind wander too much, or letting your mind stay stagnant in a thought that's negative. You have to always know how to snap out of it. You can stay in it, you can think about it, but don't allow it to change your whole mindset because it can happen and it's real, and it'll stop progress and it'll keep you stagnant. And you're thinking like, why am I not moving forward? Why am I not being successful? Why am I not gaining the knowledge that I know I can? What's holding me up? Or what's stopping me? And it's all in cognitive distortion, which is something that is not new, but it was new to me, brought to me with a different wording and a different title on it. For me and for us, that type of thinking would just be stop the negative thinking, stop doubting yourself, stop punishing yourself. That's how we were taught that mindset. But based on the knowledge that I've learned through my certification, is called cognitive distortion, which is very, very real. It's very, very real. So that is my personal goal that I'm constantly working on daily, and that is the solution that I had fixed for myself, which so far so good. It has been working. Everything has definitely played its part. Everything has, I have to write my stuff down. I have to keep my stuff written. So I'm big on journals. I'm big on writing notes. I'm big on being able to go back, reread. I'm big on, because technology is great. Don't get me wrong. We love technology. But I am a old school, traditional OG, and I like to write my things down, and I like to have them in a nice, neat journal. So that is something that I believe works, and I know for a fact that it works. Now, it may not work for everyone, which is okay, but I know it's a guaranteed tool that will work and that will get the job done. You have to take the time, sit still, think about it, write it down, pat yourself on the back, love on yourself, give yourself grace and guidance, and give yourself love. Give yourself love. Like, love on yourself to the point where if you make a mistake, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. But as long as you get up and you try every day, and you know you do everything for the right intention, then you should be heading in the right direction. So I am Stacey Chanel. Nice speaking with you, and thank you so much for your time.